Good evening and welcome to the Team UK Hangout for DS Domination. We've got a panel of guests down here. We've got some from the UK and we've got some from the US. We're trying to include everybody to get the whole story about DS Domination because there's a lot that goes on and we just need to get the full picture from all around the world. So we've got. I thought there was feedback going there. So DS Domination, it's been around for quite some time now. The guy behind it, Roger, was on our Hangout last week, and he gave us like a whole good story, a good overview of what DS Domination has done so far, what he's done so far, and what the company is set to do from this event in Vegas, which we'll touch on a bit later. Hang on, where am I? There. So the event in Vegas is going to be an amazing event. We've got people that are attending that event, and I just want their personal experiences. And let's get some. I don't know. We don't want hype because we don't do hype in DS Domination. We just tell you what's happening, and we'll take it from there. If you want to go to the event, you've got to hurry to get your ticket because they are selling out rapidly. I hear. From the event, there's going to be a few different things launching from that. We touched on that last week with Roger. A few different bits of training that is going in the back office of the new DS Domination website, which he touched on, but he didn't tell us too much about. So we've got over here, I'll start on the left-hand side there, Aaron. So let me just, there we go. Aaron, you've been in network marketing, internet marketing. Do you want to tell us a bit about your background, what you've done in the past?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Stephen. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, good deal. I'm kind of laggy over here on the internet, so if I drop off, I'll be right back. But just just to let you know. So yeah, like Stephen said, I've been in network marketing for about 17 years, mostly pretty much all on the internet. My story is I'm a chef by trade, got tired of the heat in the kitchen, so went back to school for some computer stuff, worked at a computer company that developed software and hardware for restaurants, country clubs, and hotels, since it was similar to the restaurant business. Worked in technical support, was the liaison between customer service and the programmers. So got tired of that also, so worked 6 years there. Didn't like every minute of it. So like everyone else, I saw there was a different way. I wanted a way out. And what I would do at my job, this is not something I'm proud of, but was the way that I guess catapulted my career here, was I worked pretty much every day of the 5-6 years that I was at the company on the company laptop, excelling my network marketing business. And then when I would get home, I would also work the network marketing stuff at home, all online. I don't do any house parties. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So pretty much everything I've done is online. So what I can tell you about DS Domination, fast forward about 17 years of all of the successes and the failures along the way of the time that I've been involved in network marketing. DS Domination has something that's uniquely different. Without getting hypey or anything, what we have uniquely different here is, in order to make money in any of the other companies, online, offline, programs, companies, what have you, you have to recruit in order to make money, period. That's how you make money. And if you don't recruit, you don't make any money, and what happens is some people can do it, not many. I think it's like 1 or 2 or 3% of the people can do it, and those are the people that are successful again and again and again. And the other 97% of the people, 98% of the people fail time and time and time again. Most of them have the drive. Most of them, they want to do it, but they don't know how, or they can't do it, or they don't want to talk to family and friends. So what we have here with DS Domination that's uniquely different is you can actually make money using the product without recruiting or sharing it with anyone. That's definitely a breath of fresh air for me. I've built big organizations before. I've made a lot of money before. I've had several or a few people make money before on my teams, but nothing ever, never, ever like this. So, I mean, I have all kinds of stories. We have a team Facebook group For those of you that are already involved in DS Domination, you can go check out a lot of those stories in there. And if you aren't, talk to the person that brought you to this call. Get involved with DS Domination, and they will put you into the Facebook group so that you can see those stories, get involved, and get lots and lots and lots of support from everybody on the team. I mean, we're all there to support you. What's uniquely different, though, here is you will make money if you follow the training. You won't always make money if you follow the training and you can't recruit in the other businesses. So, I mean, that's what I see. What I see basically, without any hype, just giving out the information, just showing you what we have here as far as DS Domination, why it's uniquely different. So
it was quite interesting, wasn't it? The video that Hitesh did. Hitesh is one of the, what is he, a partner with Roger?
Yeah, he's the technical partner. He's one of the 3 owners. You have Roger Langell, Kevin Hukawana, and Hitesh Janja, I think is how you pronounce his last name.
Yeah, so he did a video and he was saying the difference with DS Domination and regular businesses where you've spent out, let's say, $5,000 on the products, and then you've got to get them to work with the automation. Then you've got to, what was the other bit, expansion or something like that. And then you try recruiting. And then the first person that you recruit has got to go through, spend the $5,000, go through all these processes. And it was quite interesting that it's the opposite way around with DS Domination. And people making money from the $20 product, they're making their money back, I mean, within days, really. Within days, they're making that $20. And then it goes around and it feeds the whole circle around the flow chart.
Correct. I mean, here's what I see happening here. Typically, so when you get involved in a traditional or another company, network marketing company, product-based, service-based network marketing company, what have you. So you join, and then the person who brings you or gets you involved in the company tells you, okay, let's make a list, and we're going to go out there and start recruiting people, because it's twofold. Number one, the sponsor or the upline or the person, the inviter, the person that brought you into the company, doesn't make any money unless you go out there and make money for him. That's one. And the other thing is you don't make any money unless you go out there and recruit people. That's number two. And you only have a window of opportunity of a very short period of time that if somebody doesn't make money quickly, like unfortunately we're living in a world of instant gratification now. Everybody wants it right now. And if you don't give it to them right now, they're gone. So here we have that instant gratification model where if somebody gets in there and gets involved in the product side and they actually get to work. I mean, we're probably going to hear from Jason O'Neill a little bit later, and he'll share a little bit about his story about the product side, and like incredible how he's gone from where he was to where he is now with just $20. I mean, it all starts with $20, and what happens here is the $20 gets you. And again, this is without any hype. I'm going to use some analogies here. The $20 gets you in the door and gets you making money. And the object, the way that the concept that these guys have laid out is, okay, so you buy the $20 training, which is the pro training. That gets you in and making money. That's the first stumbling block of every other company. Nobody ever makes any money, so they end up quitting. So if you get somebody involved and you get them starting to make money, and then they use the profit that they're making in order to get involved in the other stuff that's going on in DS Domination, which is then in turn going to make you more money. You have a concept there that's, you're destined to succeed instead of the other way around, destined to fail. So there's a lot of unique points where I think, and this is putting my neck out there a little bit, it's pretty impossible to fail if you follow the directions here. Like I haven't heard of anybody not making their money if they follow the directions in order to move forward and cover the $20 that it costs you to get involved. So.
Yeah. So talking of Jason, let's go over to Jason. You might have to unmute yourself there.
Unmuted.
All right. Okay. Have you made any money with DS Domination? Has it significantly changed your day-to-day goings on? What's been going on with you?
Yeah, I started My first sale was December 12th, and to kind of talk to people who are just starting out. At that time, when I started out, I was flat broke. I mean, I actually at the end of December, I sat down and had a little bit of a breakdown. You know, I'm 35 years old, and at that time, uh, it was pretty depressing to look at my bank account and see very little in there. I mean, to be at a point where I didn't know how I was going to be able to put food on the table even a week or two past the beginning of the year, based on just my financial outlook. I got involved with DSD. I was trying to make money in the network marketing world, and I just wasn't really doing very well at it. I mean, I don't think that I'm a bad salesperson, but I don't know. I just wasn't able to really gain any real traction for the year that I was trying to build a team in the network marketing world. I ended up spending, I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars on training products, which, to go back towards what Aaron was talking about, most stuff is set up like that, and you see a lot of stuff out there on the internet where it's talking about automation and building a business in 2 hours a day, and all that stuff that you see out there, and you get a lot of people that get sucked into that because it's attractive. You know, that's what I initially got involved with affiliate marketing like 4 years ago, was from the automation process. I just stunk at it, you know, and eventually I had to get to a certain point where I was willing to admit to myself that I just wasn't very good at it, and that it just happened to be around the time that I took a look at DS Domination. It was more of a necessity for me, and what was attractive about DSD was that the product was teaching you how to actually sell things on the internet using you know, basically piggybacking off of just gigantic companies like Amazon and eBay. You know, those companies have already built up the infrastructure and the platforms that allows someone who's brand new, that doesn't know a single thing about selling on the internet, to be able to go out there and find those pots and pans and list them. And you know, it's different than what you're used to seeing, where in most stuff, like you were referencing about that video, where, you know, most people get involved in stuff and then they have to build this sales funnel, and if nobody knows how to do that, that's hard. So they end up getting stuck. They never make any money. But this was different because I didn't have to spend any money because I didn't have any more to spend anyway. So it was simple. It was just the fact of I invested $20 in, and I just basically, out of necessity, had to get it going. So I just put everything that I had into it, and that was on a daily basis. I watched the trainings, and I rewatched the trainings, and then I watched the trainings some more, but I didn't just watch it. I made a commitment that every single day I was going to spend my time trying to build this business. And, you know, I started in the Christmas time season and started out making a sale. You know, probably every day I would make a sale, and you know, a lot of those days those sales were only like $4 or $5, but it was really cool to me because, you know, that was $4 or $5 worth of proof to me that this was something that I was going to be able to do. So I would have a hard time now getting excited about making $4 or $5 in a day, but at that time it was super exciting to me. I mean, I was just, I couldn't believe it because, you know, I had $0 coming in, and you know, I started out with a goal of $40 a day, and to fast forward to where I'm at now, let me just share my screen with you guys. And this is just from me taking action every day since December 12th, really. I mean, there hasn't been a day that there hasn't been something that's been done on my business. So this is my sales. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my sales on Amazon right here, year to date. You'll see year to date through May 7th, 2014. So that's my Amazon account, and this is one of my 2 eBay accounts that I have. You'll see that I've sold $33,000 on this eBay account, and $104,000 on this account. And like Aaron said, I mean, it really started with a $20 investment. And once I figured that I could take that $20 and make money with it, I found a way to get into the other training courses that Dropship Domination offers, because reason for me to think that Roger was lying on his videos when he says that if you get elite, you're gonna make more money. There was no reason for me to believe that he was lying when he said if you get unleashed, you're gonna make more money. And there was no reason for me to think that he was just blowing smoke about getting monopoly. So I found a way to get the products. Even before I really had a ton of income coming in, I just reinvested the money back into getting the trainings, and that was the best decision that I've ever made, because I'm not much of a recruiter, and I realized that my personality, whether it's right or wrong, I'm just not someone that has a lot of patience for recruiting a lot of people into my business. Usually my answers to most people when they start asking me questions is to just go buy the products and follow the training. I mean, and that's what's cool about this, is you don't have to be a recruiter. But the vast majority of people in the network marketing world don't ever really see a lot of results, because they have to recruit people who have to buy those products. This is something where you could just buy the product, use the training, and go out there and make a substantial amount of money if you keep building it over a period of time. So yeah, I've made money with this. It's been awesome. This has changed my life, and I don't know where I'd be right now if it wasn't for finding Dropship Domination. But I'm sure that there's quite a few people that are going to see this that can relate to me, that maybe don't have a lot of money right now, and or have tried other things in the past and haven't been successful at that. And this is something that evens the playing field for every single person out there. You don't have to be a good salesperson. You don't have to be a recruiter, because guess what? If you know how to get someone to find that pot and pan set on eBay or on Amazon, they're not looking for a big sales letter. They're not looking to join your email list. They don't need any convincing. They're either going to buy it or they're not going to buy it. And if you have enough stuff out there for people to look at, you're going to start making sales. It really is that simple.
Yeah, that's an amazing. I mean, that is amazing. Them numbers that you showed there. Thanks for sharing them with us, because that's real. That's real. That is Amazon and that is eBay. People can actually see that it's not just a fake photo on the screen. But have you seen all of these testimonials that people are putting in the groups of, all right, maybe not you've personally recruited them, but they're in all these Facebook groups just showing proof after proof.
Yeah. I've started seeing a lot more, especially recently. It's just starting to, because DSD hasn't been around all that long, really.
DS Domination started the beginning of last September, maybe the end of August of 2013. So it hasn't been around that long.
You're starting to see some people who have amazing results.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, here's the other thing is that. Like Jason mentioned, so he's not a recruiter, he's not a marketer or anything. But look at the results. I mean, so typically what happens in traditional network marketing is there are no results or very little results. So what happens is when somebody starts to create results like this, even $40 a day, $40 a day can change somebody's life for sure. So what happens is somebody that, number one, doesn't need to recruit to make money, but is doing their own thing using the product and making money, they're going to go out there and they're going to talk to somebody about this. Here's the other thing, is that I've been doing this, like I mentioned, a long time, and I've never brought family and friends into anything I'm doing, but with DS Domination I did. Now that says a lot there, because I brought my family and my friends in here because I think that there's valuable education and valuable skills you can learn here. And this is stuff that eBay and Amazon and the other vendors that we work with, they're not going away. So I mean, you're learning. This is a life skill you're learning here. So.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually, family and friends, because that's the first thing you do in your first company. I think you go out and you recruit your influence, your circle of influence, and then you've got nobody else to go to. So it all dies because they can't do the same as what you did, because all your friends and family are already in it.
That's right.
And nobody makes any money, so now you've just upset, we'll say, a lot of people.
Yeah. You got you're that part of the NFL club, then no friends left. That's friends left. Yeah.
That's it. So I just want to comment. I mean, there's people watching. So if you're watching this live, if you're watching it on the recording, leave a comment down below. You're watching a screen, and then there's a comment section down below the text. Go and have a look at that. Send us a message, because we're on here for your benefit. So if you've got any questions for the UK side of things, the US side of things, anything that there's a huge amount of knowledge here about network marketing, about selling on Amazon, on eBay, all these sort of things. So use the resources that you've got live now. These guys have got a wealth of knowledge that they want to share with you. So if you've got a question, write it in the box, hit the enter button, and then we'll do our best to field the questions and try and get them answered for you. So let's just move across to our UK massive down here. We've got Paul, Paolo, and Rick. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, pretty good, mate.
Yeah, good.
Good. I mean, what have you seen? I was on the left, so I'll leave Rick till last. Paul, what have you seen with the UK group? How it's grown over the last few months? People dedicated just to the UK, and they just want to join a team that is in the UK just for help, support, resources. They're not officially, they might have signed up with an American person. It doesn't matter. The UK group is just to give, a little bit more help and tips and tricks and stuff. How have you seen that growing?
Well, when I started DSD was end of September last year, and when we made the group, we thought, you need like support, and over the 7th of May now, and there's over 200 people in it. So, and I don't know anybody that's kind of not failing, but everybody's chipping in, helping each other. I think a lot of people thought when DSD came around, the market would get saturated, which I think is crazy. A lot of the people in there help each other, and I personally you get to know each other and you help each other out. And I think with a lot of other marketing opportunities, there's always a certain percent that are making the big money, and I think with DSD there's a lot broader scale of people that are actually making money, so you all feel positive about it. And when I first made my first £2.50 my first product, you knew when it came, I was there. Once I deducted all my fees, it was there, so it kind of pushed me on. And I think, as the old saying goes in network marketing, the money's in the list. I think it's the same with DSD. If you're doing the eBay side, the more listings you have, and if you do the keywords and do what it does say is in the training, it's a simple stepping stone. $20. I know people who've spent hundreds, thousands, and still not made a cent back or a pound. But the risk versus reward with DSD is just, I don't think there's a better opportunity out there. And the testimonials are proving it now. People have come in over Christmas, and now it's May. You see people getting excited. I've made £5. I've made $5. I've just done mainly the UK side of things, so I'm like more specific on the UK side because that's what I wanted to focus on, because I was quite nervous about the .com, and you know, if something went wrong. But I know a lot of people in the group who, you know, are flying with that side of things. And if you're not in DSD and you're kind of on the fence, I would just say give it a go. $20, you know, I think it's crazy if you don't. I know one of my downline, you turn over £200 or £300 a month for $20. So that just says if you put the work in, you'll get the rewards for sure.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, the testimonials are coming out in the group, and it is nice to see that. And like you said, the support that's specifically for the UK. So if you were nervous about what was going on, you know, selling on eBay.com rather than eBay.co.uk, it's that step that people don't know. So what do? They get in touch with anybody, get inside the UK group, ask on a UK thread inside you know, the American groups. It doesn't matter where you get your information from, but people are going through that same process. So all you've got to do is step forward, put the question in these areas, and you will get an answer, because there's people 24/7 around the world ready to answer any question that's put out there.
Yeah.
And that's what we see all the time with the support for DSD. It's awesome.
Yeah. If you have a question, you put it on. Like I'm talking about our group, the DSD UK. Everybody seems to be like, you know, boom, at a flash, ready to help. You know, like no one's holding back. I know myself, if someone's got a question, if it hasn't been answered, I'll answer it straight away, because, you know, we're all in it together, and there's plenty of room for people to do the product side. I know there's a lot of people do the affiliate side, but the product side, it won't get saturated like some people believe. I think it's going to grow and grow. Businesses grow, and I always say this. I keep saying the money is always in the list, and I think the more and more you get used to it, it becomes addictive. When you start seeing money rolling in every day, and you want to list more and more, it's got me addicted, and I've had a lot of addictions. So I think it's it's just brilliant, I think. Yeah. And if you've got any questions or anything, just type them in, and we'll help answer them. Really, there's nothing to lose. There's a lot to gain, and I think you just give it a shot. Even if you just come in at pro level, test the water, go through the training. I don't think I've ever went on a company that has it in so simple terms. It's all step-by-step video, and you know, very easy to follow, very easy.
Yeah. Rick, I know you're busy answering questions on there. I can see you.
Doing my best. I'm fielding a few questions. Yeah.
That's it. Well, while you do that, let's just encourage you. You're watching this. Type some comments down below. We love your feedback. We love it live, because then we can respond to it live. So get your questions in. Rick's always there, ready to type back to you, and we're more than happy to share with that. Have you got questions, or do you want to just tell us your DSD experience?
Yeah, I'll brush over my experience. My experience is very similar to a lot of what you just heard. Doesn't matter what side of the pond you're on. Everyone who's involved in or has been involved in network marketing, internet marketing, any kind of online business, if they've got to a point where they're successful, unless they've literally just started and had immediate success with DSD, they have been very, very lucky. If you've kind of grinded away over the years, you've probably lost a lot of money. You've probably been in different sort of things when you were at the beginning. Like I did, I was very naive many years ago. Yeah, like yourself, Paulina. Yeah, I think we've all been there at different levels. I mean, I lost a huge sum of money in my first 7 years. You could quite happily buy a house with it these days, and that was just being naive, just being a bit gung-ho, wanting to kind of buying into this whole get-rich-quick thing, thinking that, yeah, no, I was reassuring myself, I know about get-rich-quick, I know this isn't a get-rich-quick, and every time I lost money, I saw something else, hopped to something else and thought, no, this one's better, this will be the one that I'll make the money in. And I just did that over and over and over again. And it wasn't till, as I said, 7 years later when I actually learnt to sort of, I could see patterns in certain things that weren't going to work. And as far as DSDs, you know, I joined DSD towards the end of last year. And one thing I learned was to do my due diligence on it, to see whether it was something that worked with the training. You know, you didn't have to become an affiliate and recruit loads of people, although that is my strong point. That's my forte. I couldn't go live with this thing unless I proved to myself that the training worked. So that's what I did. I did a few listings to start off with, and then I didn't do the friends and family thing, although I've had people approaching me because they've seen the success that I've had, and then I focused on the affiliate side. And as my team has grown, they have had success with the trainings pretty much straight away. You know, within maybe not hours, my team, but they've certainly had it within days. And that's really reassuring to see that, and yeah, it's growing all the time. One thing I will mention, I think it's quite amusing, and that is that when you get cracking with the training and implement it, part of the training you're actually encouraged not to spam or go hypey on your Facebook wall, but just to celebrate the little successes that you have. And the moment you make your first sale, it's pretty cool to just chuck something up on Facebook just to say, you know, this is what I'm doing, just made a little bit of money. Some people, including myself, when I first made a sale or two, I did the whole cha-ching thing. And you see a lot of this cha-ching going around on Facebook. I find it quite amusing that some of it's died down. Now, I know why that is. Other people might look at it and go, oh, it's not working anymore. I happen to know the reason it's died down is because it happens so damn regularly that you can't be asked to share how much money you're, sort of how many sales you're generating on a regular basis. Because it does look like spam, because it'll happen so often. So it's cool sharing the first sale, maybe the first two, but after a bit, it will get tedious sharing the success you're having, and you'll just share it within your own network of people, you know, whoever you're networking with online. So I just thought I'd mention that because I thought it was quite amusing. But yes, I will very quickly go across to the
I like that cha-ching. I think Jason can imagine cha-chinging and it getting the word cha-ching banned from Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
For being overused.
You know the iPhone?
Yeah.
You can have it rigged up so the iPhone goes cha-ching, or, you know, for an Android or any smartphone with the eBay app. It does get pretty annoying, especially if you're woken up and you forget to put your phone on silent. You know, fair enough, it's literally money being made while you're asleep, which is cool. But if it happens so often, I think you're like, okay, all right, I'm making money while I sleep, but just shut up.
I actually do need to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Meryl just mentioned something. Meryl Hardy, I believe she's in the UK. I seem to remember her in the group. She just said, I asked a question in the group the other day. She's obviously talking about the Facebook UK group we've got. And she said it was pretty cool. She was gobsmacked. Roger himself answered it. Roger tries to, you know, be a member of the main Facebook groups. He's definitely a member of the couple of, you know, UK ones we've got. He's in all the major US-based ones. And it's really good that he is literally, we've got a founder here that is willing to connect with humble little us, you know, just the people who are just starting, and he's very, very transparent, he's very friendly, he's very open, and he's willing to connect with people, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, and Aaron, you were saying just before the Hangout, I think it was, that you have, you know, regular conversations. Is that because you're part of a like a leadership team in DS Domination? Like,
Yeah,
in the trenches?
yeah, we have a little leadership team, growing with DS Domination. And like I was mentioning to you earlier, the Roger you see is the Roger he is. I mean, that's the guy. I mean, he's always out there to want to help. He comes from the field side, so he understands what we as the field, or we the people that are trying to make money out here. He understands what we're going through, which is also really important, that he hasn't forgotten where he came from. Like, I'm the same way. I'm a humble person. I haven't forgotten where I came from. I built these huge teams. I make really, really good money. But I never forget where I came from. My biggest focus is making sure that my team is taken care of, because if I don't take care of them, I mean, I've got nothing. It's the same way. If these guys don't take care of us, they've got nothing, and they surely understand that. So.
Yeah, and it comes across in everything that he does. I think that one thing, there's no hype in anything that he does, and that he's got a very family mentality, family based. You know, he wants to look after his kids and put a system out there that his kids could, you know, be proud of and leave a legacy behind. I think.
Exactly. You got it.
So, I don't know if you want to touch on, oh, you do want to touch on it, because it's Vegas, baby. What's happening in Vegas, and you know, if people aren't going, what's happening with them?
Yeah, I can touch a little bit about Vegas. At the end of May, the end of May, the first couple days of June, we're having the first event ever for DS Domination out in Las Vegas, where they're going to be releasing some new exciting products, and they're going to be enhancing some products that we already have to make them even better than they already are so great already. So there was an issue or a challenge where there's people that are far and wide. I mean, we're a worldwide company, so this can be done anywhere that PayPal and eBay are accepted, which is virtually anywhere. So when we're having this event in Vegas at the end of May, there was a challenge where some people just can't make it. Everybody's got challenges and everybody has circumstances. So they put in place a where you could actually purchase a ticket to the event, and even if you're not going, where they're going to be having like exclusive opportunities for the release of the products and the live event, you'll be able to get the access to the exclusive products just by purchasing a ticket to the event, even if you're not going. So you'll be able to get the discounts to the exclusive product, and you'll also get recordings of the event, which, you know, again, they're trying to go above and beyond to be unique, and I would say they're doing a good job of that, because I've never seen anything like that. I mean, normally an event is rah rah rah, get everybody to the event to try and sell them something, and these guys are handling things a quite different way. Sure, it's awesome to be able to go to the event. I mean, I know Jason's going. I can't wait to meet him. Never met the guy. Only like see pictures and writing and stuff like that. So it's always good to go to the events and meet people and start to build relationships and stuff like that. But if you absolutely can't make it for some reason or another, like everybody has reasons, then what they put together as far as being able to purchase a ticket and being able to have access to almost the same stuff that those of us that are going to the event have is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and events are awesome.
Yeah.
We've been to the American events for different companies, and they are really, really good to network with the people that are in the trenches working it, and you know, you build them relationships, and I think that them relationships are some of the strongest relationships you build, because not everybody, not your next door neighbour or the person down the street has done internet marketing before and knows what's going on with it. So you need to be around a community of people that are actually doing the same thing.
I agree.
I'm not going to be in Vegas, but I think it's going to be a really awesome event to get to. The exclusive offer thing is, I heard in Hitesh's video that it was for people that were building sort of the bigger end of things, that were going into big figures with DS Domination. Did I get the right gist of that?
Yeah, without spilling all the beans, because I'll probably get in trouble if I do that. What it is it's taking things to the next level. It's about branding yourself as the authority, as the retailer on a specific platform. And it's from what I've heard and seen, it's going to be pretty amazing. Again, no hype. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be lots of money made and lots more career changes happening. as a result of this. So it's really good stuff.
So that was all in that promo that Hitesh did anyway. What you've just said. So I don't think you're in trouble there.
Yeah. No, I mean, they've really spent a good amount of time. Again, the learning curve for this type of product is going to be the same as the other 2 or 3, however many there are, 3 or 4. It's easy, it's fast, it's going to get you into profit quickly, and that's really the gist of what people want. They wanna get involved in something. They want to be able to get profitable quickly, because, like I said before, you have a small window of opportunity to make sure or get someone to the point of where they're profitable, or else they lose belief and they lose faith, which, it's understandable.
Yeah. Jason, are you looking forward to the event?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait.
Are you going to be up on stage, do you think?
I don't have any idea. If they call me up, I'll be happy to jump up on stage and and do my thing. It's funny. I was actually sitting last year at an event. I've only been to one event ever, and I just remember sitting there and saying, "Gosh, man, I just one day want to get up there and be an influential person in the marketplace." And the way that I'm trying to do that through dropship domination isn't so much on the affiliate side; it's through getting results. I look at, I'll be honest. I would love to grow a team. I see Aaron and I see Christian and some of the other guys that are mopping it up and making tons and tons of money, and I'm a competitive person, so I see that. I'm like, man, I wanna build a team, and and I just my strategy, I guess, for that is a little bit more through getting results, and then letting the results kind of do the recruiting for me. You know what I mean? Instead of me being a good marketer, because I just can't ever see myself really becoming a real good network marketer. Those guys are way better than me at it, and not to say that I can't get good at it, but my mindset, I just have a different temperament than the people that are probably really good at that stuff. And like, I just want to, I know that my very small team right now, I think I have like 12 people that I've recruited, and like 6 of them at this point have upgraded all the way to Monopoly, because it's just, to me, it's like, well, get the products, and it's like, when you have the results to stand behind the products, then they can't really say, well, is it really worth it? Well, yeah, or you're never going to be at the level that I'm getting to. So yeah, it's really exciting, and one day I definitely would love to be up on the stage, speaking in front of groups of people and giving them some inspiration, because I know that I've been down and out, and I think that it takes a dreamer, and that's what the network marketing industry attracts, is people who are willing to dream. And I don't really know of any other industries out there in the world that do attract that dreamer mindset. And sometimes all it takes is just that one person that you resonate well with to get over the hump. And obviously when you're at an event, you get to meet people face to face and establish relationships that really could go a long way towards breaking free and achieving much bigger and better things than maybe you even think are possible. Because I can tell you what, when I started out in dropship domination, my goal for this month, Aaron knows this, is $20,000 in profits in sales. I make it very known to the group that we're involved in every single month. I kind of let everybody know where I'm at and what the goal going into the month is. In the very beginning, it helps hold me accountable, and man, it feels good to celebrate those results when you get them too. But when I was starting out, my goal wasn't $20,000. I mean, my goal was literally $1,200 in the month of January. All I was trying to do was hit $40 a day. That's all I was trying to do. And you know, I'm sure that that's going to resonate with a lot of people, and definitely looking forward to Vegas to be able to meet some people that, you know, maybe their lives are going to change at that event, and they come home and end up, you know, going out there in a couple months being on pace to hit $20,000 in profits. That's going to be super cool.
Mm. So which product within DS Domination do you think has inspired you to make the most amount of money?
I think they all work together. There's not like one that's better than the other. They really all work together. You know, I look at you know, obviously Pro is just about getting the basics down. You know, it's about getting that, learning the mechanics of listing an item and finding items to list. And then you have Elite, which is about sourcing different websites, and you know, obviously when you're sourcing these different websites, if you just look at it from the DSD community standpoint, there's less competition, right, when you go up to Elite, because everybody that gets into DSD has Pro, right? But not everybody has Elite, so you're competing with less people. And obviously when you're competing with less people on the economic stage, you know, less competition means you can drive higher margins for your items. So, you know, I make 90% of my money off of stuff that's taught in Elite using the Monopoly platform. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does if you've got Monopoly, yeah.
Yeah. So everything works together. It's not like, oh, you're an Elite, so you're making Elite money. I mean, Elite's just, to me, it's just about showing you how to source other websites, and, you know, equally as important, how to handle some of the customer service issues that might arise from that. And that's what's really good. Roger does an amazing job of really setting you up for a lot of the pitfalls that could happen. And I couldn't imagine probably, you know, going through things as quickly as I have if it wasn't for some of the stuff that Roger put out there in the training videos. Just a little heads up here and heads up there. This is what could possibly happen, and just be prepared for it. And if you're prepared, you know, there's nothing that will really stop you. But yeah, I mean, all the training really works well together. It's really well put together. And to be honest with you, there's no reason why someone shouldn't go get all the products. You know, reinvest 100% of your profits back into your business, you know, as quickly as possible, and get all the products, because you're gonna make more money. Don't look at things as an expense. Look at things as an investment towards your business. And any business has some upfront costs. And in the case of Dropship Domination, the upfront costs are purchasing the training products. You know, like, think of that as your college education or your education. You know, those products, they're different than what you're used to seeing, right? Where most stuff, you know, most stuff's so beat into you that get the products, but these are like products that actually do help you make money. They're not just get products so you can make commission off of someone. These are get the products so you can learn how to build a skill that you could. I mean, my goal is, it's changing all the time, but a couple months ago it was to build something that I can sell for $20 million, right? To where I have an asset that's in place, where I have a system, where I have a team, and these products allow me to get to that point, you know, without having to recruit and stuff like that. So it is that important to buy all the products and use them, because they work together. It's not that they don't work independently of each other. They work together.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. Rick, I think there's been a bit of confusion on the question about the tickets for if you're not going to the event. Do you know the answer for sure?
That's what I was led to believe. Yeah, I will stand corrected if that is not, if you believe different.
What was the question?
The question was from one of my good team members, actually. He just wants to clarify that in order to benefit from what Hitesh was talking about in the video, and also I believe, get a recording of the event as a side benefit. You have to purchase the VIP option.
Okay, so the tickets available for the event are either general or VIP. So when you purchase a general ticket, you're going to get everything that the people that purchased a general ticket for the live event are going to receive. And if you purchase a VIP ticket, you're going to get everything that the people that purchased the VIP ticket are going to get live. You're going to receive a recording. So the VIP tickets are going to include more smaller group trainings on different things. And if you purchase the VIP ticket, you're going to be able to get a recording of those smaller group trainings as well. As opposed to if you purchase the general admission ticket, you will not receive the recording of the VIP smaller training events. That's it. That's the difference between the two.
Okay, so I will backtrack very slightly. What I would led to believe does sound like it's slightly incorrect.
Well, here's what this is what I would suggest. Again, no hype. I'm telling you from a business perspective, because I'm a business thinker. So there's a difference of $100 between the general and the VIP. So we have the unique opportunity to go out there and use a product to make money and leverage that money to buy things. Spend the extra $100 and get the VIP ticket. Like, go out there and earn it by using the product, because there's going to be a lot of value given in these small group trainings that you're not going to get from the general. And I'm not trying to sell tickets. I'm saying that, and I can tell you that from statistics that I've gotten from the company, it's a lion's share that's purchasing the VIP ticket because they see the value of spending the extra $100. Yeah, $100 is $100. $100 is still a lot of money. But I believe that so far, going down the same lines as what we've already been offered so far from the company, there's going to be a huge amount of value shoved into that extra $100. So that's why I would say it's worth it. You're not, like Jason mentioned, this company is not about just selling air. They're about selling products that have a lot of value attached to them, and this is going to be no different. I mean, I've heard the whole itinerary of what's going to happen at the event, and they have a lot of value shoved into one place. So yeah, splurge for the extra $100 if you can. If you can't, you have the unique opportunity to go out there and earn the money using the product, because I believe it's going to be worth it. So hopefully that helps.
Cool, Aaron. Thank you very much for explaining that.
No worries.
And,
no worries.
Getting me out of some hot water there. I don't know, give people incorrect information there.
No worries.
I will just mention, actually, based on what you just said there, that something Roger said the other day, it wasn't actually on our webinar, but it was something else. He released some information or sort of another bit of additional sort of stuff and additional programming within the back office. And he did say, quite rightly, because I've seen this happen, that a lot of other companies would actually make an event just to release that information. All the hype and all the fluff and all the rest of it, just to release a bit of information. He's doing that along the way anyway, and the event is going to be exclusive content, exclusive training, and it's not just going to be hoorah, look at us.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I can tell you that it's not going to be hoorah. It's going to be it's going to be product centric. It's not a lot. There's no hoorah. It's stuff that people are going to be able to acquire and implement and make money with. I'm a business person, so from a business perspective, it's something that you're going to be able to take and you're going to be able to implement into what you're doing right now, and we all want to make money. So you'll be able to implement it and use it to make money. They're not just about trying to sell something. It's they're far past that. They're far past that.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear. I think for anybody's benefit. Stephen, sorry, we'll hand the host back his place.
Yeah. Hand the baton back. I just wanted to share a little story about what I used to do, and Rick. Back in the day, instead of all this internet marketing and just sending products that you don't actually own, we used to do. I won't mention the company name, but we used to do this thing where you got a magazine and walked around the streets and posted it in every letterbox, and then went back 3 days later for the magazine, collected them all up, and then there were some that were dog chewed, some that were soaking wet, some that were thrown over the next door neighbour's fence. All forms of magazine you got back. You had to pay for these magazines. So when you got one back and it was a tattered bit of rag, you'd be like, oh god, that's another one I've got to buy now. So when I did it, my daughter, so I only had my daughter then, and we used to put her in the pram, but instead of putting her on the pram, I'd strap her to my chest and then load the pram up with these magazines. And we'd put magazines in all the top deck, and then underneath we'd shove it full of magazines there, and then we'd go around the streets and do all that. We did this for I don't know how long, maybe a year or so, and it was really hard work. It was either really hot or it was really cold. It was raining, all these conditions, and we did that day in day out to make a little bit of profit, if you made profit, because the magazines that were all tattered, you had to go and buy some fresh ones because you couldn't give a tattered magazine to the next person. So I think, if you try and contrast that with what we're doing now, you don't physically have to buy any products until you've got a sale. You don't have to recruit anybody because, if you want to recruit somebody and they see you with these tatty magazines and soaking wet through, going up to the door and saying, oh, by the way, do you want a business opportunity? The big guy, no, I don't think so, mate. I don't want to do that. So there's difficult ways of making money by peddling that type of thing, or there's the way we've got with DS Domination. And I think that people, if this is your first opportunity of making money online, you're in a very, very good space with, 17 years of experience you've got there of the industry. It's a stark contrast, isn't it?
Yeah, I only wish. My story is I found out about the whole concept of the drop shipping quite a long time ago, but there was never anything like this put together where somebody could get involved, and it's all in one place, and it's easy. It's step by step. Yeah, I wish I learned about this a long time ago. It would have stopped a lot of pain. Let's just say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have we got any other questions on there, Rick? Or
there is some
questions. We've got like a few minutes left of the Hangout. We'll wait on until just a few more questions, and then everyone can go then.
Cool. Yeah. Melanie actually just sent a question. This probably would be aimed at Aaron because he knows more about this sort of thing. She bought a general ticket today, but she wants now to upgrade.
Yeah, you can.
Is that possible? It is.
Yeah. I don't know the exact process. Tell her to if she could just put in a support ticket, they'll handle it. It's possible. Yeah.
Cool.
No problem.
Okay. Melanie, support. Hoping that's okay. Sorry, bear with me. I'm just flicking through some of the.
No problem.
I think we've got. So if you wanted to join any of the Facebook groups, there are many out there. If you're connected with anybody on the panel or want to be connected with anybody on the panel, send a Facebook message to them. You've got your names underneath there, and we'll put you in the group that we're in. And it's a very supportive way to do it. Don't do this alone, because there's no need to do it alone. There's enough support out there, and like we're saying about the help desk, if you've got any issues, put a support ticket in, and it's literally answered. I don't know what their claim is on support tickets, but is it 24 hours?
24 hours or less, yeah. That's their goal. What they're running 24 hours or less. That's their goal. Yeah.
And it's pretty swift. I don't think I've heard of anybody that hasn't got an answer from a support ticket, to be honest.
No, they're good. They're at the beginning it got a little hairy there, but they're good now.
Yeah. And we've got the full support of Roger. What I did want to do is I wanted to announce our time that we've set up with Roger to do a UK-specific hangout, but he hasn't got back to me just yet, so that will be coming out shortly and announced. How many weeks is it until the event now, then? Is it only...
Yeah, it's the end of May. May, what is it, Jason? May 30th, 31st, and the 1st of June or something, yeah?
So yeah, about 3 weeks. So I guess these VIP tickets, once they're sold out, they're sold out. If people aren't going and if they are going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly how many they're selling, but once they're, like, they just now, I think it was just the last few days, opened up the tickets to people that are not going but wanna get the recording and get access to the information that's going to be there. So I would venture to guess that they're going to be sold out pretty quickly. Again, no hype, no BS. Just this, I would say that this is what's going to happen, because before people were purchasing tickets that were going to go live to the event, and now they've opened up a whole nother, a whole nother area. People are purchasing tickets that, wow, somebody's got a loud dog. So now they opened up tickets to people that aren't going to be going to the event. So it's cool.
Yeah. I think, Jason, you need to feed your dog or something.
Yeah, it's close to dinner time here. I think he's on.
Yeah, there's a little terror right now.
There is one question actually aimed at Jason, if you wouldn't mind. Just again, Matt was just saying, since upgrading to Monopoly, Jason, where has your focus of attention been and greater profitability? What have you found there?
Well, I mean, most of my profits come from Monopoly at this point. I mean, I think, what was it, $104,000 in sales on Amazon, and eBay, like one of my eBay accounts, I'm at 33,000. So, yeah, the vast majority of my sales now come from stuff from Monopoly. I would say that 90% of my focus now is there, as opposed to eBay, simply because I look at traffic and all that stuff, and if you look at public earnings or anything, Amazon did like $74 billion last year in sales, and eBay did $4 billion. So there's just a lot more people buying products on Amazon, and to be honest with you, there's much less competition, and there's better tools to help you manage repricing items and stuff like that. That actually work with the Amazon API key, and I'm not going to get into techie stuff or anything like that, but yeah, Amazon's definitely the big leagues. If you're looking to make a run at it and make some good money and drop shipping, I would highly suggest that you get over there and become a master at it, because that's where all the money's at. That's where 90% of my profits are coming from right now.
Yeah, and remember that just speaking from the other side, he's only been doing this like 5 months or 6 months or something. So he's scaled up pretty quickly. It's not like he's been doing this for 3 or 5 years. He's only been doing this a few months. So I mean, yeah, it's like pretty much everybody here has been doing this just a few months. Like, just the company just launched at the end of last August, beginning of September. So yeah, nobody's really been around that long. At least the stuff that's on here. So
it's crazy.
I wonder how big a team you'd need to start turning out them sort of profits in some other organisation. That's quite a network marketing team, isn't it? To run. And
well,
now
here's the thing. Like, I've built large teams before, but the problem is with building large teams before is as fast as you're bringing them in, they're going right out the back door faster. So there was really no retention, because of the whole fact that you have a small window of opportunity to get somebody making money, and if they're not making money, they're gone. They're going to quit. Here we have a really, really good retention because we have the unique part of somebody being able to make money with the product without having to recruit. So it there's a couple of different factors here. Yeah, you can make a lot of money here with less people in an organization, and you can make a lot of money here for longer with less people in the organization because your retention rate is so good. Like for me, I would rather make less for longer than make more faster. I mean that ironically. Because what happens when you're building a team is I'm building a team. I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into building a team. And if something happens and the company goes away or something happens or they change the compensation plan or something like that, you have to start all over again. So I'd rather go earn less money, ironically, for longer than having to start over and over and over again because that's no fun. I've done that. It's not fun. And I know that other people that also lead larger teams in DF domination would say the same thing. We're all the same. We're all in the same boat. Like we want something that has integrity and credibility that we can stand behind and that people are actually making money with because we can't make money for very long if nobody else is making money. So that's coming from a team building perspective.
Yeah, so there's something for everyone here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it all sounds like a dream, but I can tell you from living in this dream that it's a reality. I mean, there are people here, most people here are making money if they go in and they apply the training. It's straightforward. And then like Jason had mentioned, they just keep leveraging the training and leveraging the training and leveraging the training, and in a few short months, if they follow the training, they'll be where he is.
Yeah. This is I say it a lot. This is a business that your results compound on top of themselves. I've said this on some other calls, but in the investment world, there is this thing called the rule of 72. Basically, you take a number, you divide it into the number 72, and that tells you approximately how long it will take for an investment to double in size. So let's say you take 12. Okay, that goes into 72 6 times. So if you put $10,000 into something, that 10,000 becomes 20,000 in 6 years, and then in another 6 years it becomes 40,000. And this is a business to where you kind of get instead of having to wait 6 years for your investment to double in money. I mean, here's how my stats have gone from the beginning to show you. First full month was January. That's when I started really keeping track of my numbers. That was about $5,400 in sales, total sales. And in February, I did about 14,000. And in March, I did only about 22,000. And then last month, I did on Amazon alone 80,000. I did or 69,000. I did 80,000 total last month. So I mean, I almost quadrupled the previous month, and so far I've done about $25,000 so far this month, and we're at the 7th of May. So it really does kind of compound on top of itself if you continue putting the right actions together. And you know, I've hired a team of people to help me with things because you know there's other things that if someone's dedicated job is to go list items and find items, you know, you can be a lot more efficient. And that's really where the big jump in my business came from, is when I made that decision to reinvest some of my profits into using the training that Roger puts out there. And I have no problem giving them access to the training and say, take this and do this, and I put my own little spin on things. And you know, that's where the big jumps have really happened. So you know, no matter where you're starting, you can scale this business up if you do it long enough and you keep listing items. This is I believe it was Rick that brought up. I think it was Rick that brought up the money's in the list, right? And on the drop shipping side, your list is your amount of items that you have listed for sale. You know, you think about walking into Walmart. I don't know if you guys have Walmart out there in the UK or
No.
well,
No, we don't.
whatever your big store is that sells a bunch of stuff. The vast majority of stuff that's sitting on those shelves doesn't sell every single day. You know, you have a couple things that are probably seasonal that people walk in, and a whole bunch of it sells in a short period of time. But you know, the vast majority of stuff doesn't sell. So you know, this we happen to have the luxury of building a virtual store that we don't actually have to warehouse. We don't have to get some big line of credit to put it in our stores and then pay an invoice at the end of the month. You know, we literally can go out there and find the products and put it in our virtual store. And the more stuff that we have in our virtual store, the better chance that we have in order to make sales. You know, and as you start growing it, you can start selling more expensive items. And you know, seemingly the more expensive items, the less complaints that you get. You know, the bigger your profits. It's weird. You would think that it's the other way around. When you have a $400 discrepancy in something, you would think that someone sees that when they get the invoice, you know, when it gets shipped to them, and you're going to have someone that's pissed off. But you know, it's the people that you sell a $50 item to, and they find it somewhere cheaper, they get upset. But the ones that buy something for $1,000, you know, they typically just they're cool with it, you know. And so the longer that you do it, the more, I guess, luck that you run into, and you know, you get more bigger profit margins. You start selling more expensive items. And you know, I just got home from vacation over the weekend, and in profits, I did over the weekend. I did over $2,000 in profits, and I didn't spend near $2,000 on my vacation. So I ended up making more money than I spent, and that was a pretty cool thing. And you know, this business provides you time freedom. It really does. I mean, I happen to spend a lot of time building my business. Because I enjoy it. It's not a job to me. You know, when I used to work in the corporate world, it was a job, and I hated every second of it. I think Aaron mentioned that he lasted 6 years at a place earlier, and I've never lasted 6 years anywhere, because I loathe the fact of going somewhere, and you know, people really taking advantage of me as a worker. So you know, this, you know, I get to build it the way that I want to build it. And you know, like I mentioned earlier, the playing field's even for anybody, whether you want to do it from the affiliate side, whether you want to do it from the drop shipping side. There's something for every single person, and there's really nothing that should hold you back if you just, you know, look at what's directly in front of you right now. What's the problem that's right in front of you, and what's a solution to that problem? If you can continuously do that process over and over and over, there's no reason why anybody can't be doing $20,000 in profits in a month. And then in a year, I mean, maybe that's 100, right? $100,000 in profits in a month. You know, that's always the goal when you get started in something, is that six-figure income. That's the magic number. Usually you say, what are you hoping to make? $10,000 a month. That's always the magic number, right? And imagine doing 10 times that. You know, that's a pretty realistic thing in this business. That's not pie in the sky. That's not hype. I mean, that's something anybody can do. Anybody, if you want it bad enough. I mean, the training's there for you. Anybody can come out there and list items. It's a real simple formula, and I'll tell you my formula right now. If I see something and it's already sold at a profit on eBay, this is my eBay side of things. If it's already sold at a profit, list it. Don't really overthink it. Don't really care that much. If it doesn't sell, I think Roger says it all the time on his trainings. If it doesn't sell, if it hasn't sold, or someone's not making money on it, who cares? Just move on to another one. And you just do that long enough. On Amazon, let me tell you my strategy. If it's there and we can make a profit, list it. Who cares if it sells? If it's not there, list it. Who cares if it sells? and do it enough, and magically stuff starts selling. You know, I think I have like 400 items listed on there right now, and not everything sells every day. So, you know, it literally is a numbers game. You put enough stuff out there, and you will have a massive amount of success if you keep at it for a long enough period of time. But yeah, it compounds. That's it.
Thank you, bro. That's really, really cool advice for anybody just starting, I think. And credit where credit's due. It was actually Paulina who said it was the money's in the listings, money's in the list. So that's cool. Yeah. Stephen, I don't know. Have we got time for one more question, or do you want to wrap up?
We have. My battery on my laptop is at 16%, so
Okay.
Oh, carry on.
Okay, I'll make it quick. It is, in fact, Matt again. He's been a bit greedy with these questions, isn't he? Again, it is aimed at Jason again, and he did say, what if you were to start all over again? What investment would you be looking at in the first 4 weeks of the business? I mean, he's involved already, so this is just hypothetically, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand.
How much money would you have to spend?
Yeah.
20 bucks, right? I mean, you buy the training. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that you should move through it as quickly as possible. So, $100 to get the elite training, and depending on what your financial situation is, to where you can front the capital, I guess, for items that sell. And really, that's a pretty easy solution if you have the money sitting in your bank account, just waiting to be released. You know, if you sell too many things that you don't have the money for, you're going to find a way to get that money. So, you know, I challenge people to not necessarily look at how much money do you need, because how much do you want to make? How much do you want to sell? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I would say that you should definitely, at least within the first 4 weeks, be at the elite level, at least. And depending on what your current financial situation is, you should try to get through all the training products as quickly as possible, because that's really where the money is when you own everything and you can kind of start putting it all together. So I wouldn't look at trying to be in profit your first couple months. If you can survive on just a little bit of money, look at more just towards surviving and taking whatever you do profit in the business and putting it back in to the business so you can afford more purchase orders, because that's how you grow. You always need to keep putting the money back in. No matter how much you're selling, you always need to keep putting money back in if you want it to grow. So I don't know if I answered the question.
I think you did, buddy. I think you answered it as plainly as you could answer it, considering the question. And thank you. And that's really wise advice. I'm getting slightly worried on Stephen's behalf. He's probably the percentage he's got left on his battery in the chat window. So we'll hand it over to you to wrap up.
Thank you very much, guys, for joining us, and I really appreciate your expertise of, you know, huge network marketing expertise and your experience with DS Domination and sharing it, because it's important for us in the UK to have this influence from the US, because we are, you know, we're your little cousin that's this big, you know, but you're that big over there. So we really appreciate your time, and we look forward to welcoming you on our Hangout anytime in the future. I'll probably pester you, you know, at some other point as well.
No
worries. Thank you once again, and if you leave any comments down below, we do get to answer them even after this Hangout has ended. We'll get to them and we'll keep on fielding them. So keep your questions coming. Get in touch with anybody on the panel to get the support that you need in DS Domination. Do not do it alone. There's enough out there. And with that, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.